Hey guys, I'm Nate. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of an experiment to see what skateboard bearings roll the furthest. We've got 4 types of bearings. We've got some Bronson Speedco ceramics. We've got some 5-motor speeds. I'll hold them up to the camera a little closer there so you can get a better look at them. We've got some Bones Reds and some Sanction ABEX 7s. Alright, so the way this is going to work, I'm going to get my T-tool wherever it is. I'm going to take the bearings out of these. I'll swap them over for one of these new 4 ones. It's still in the packet unopened. I've got my laptop here, which I'm going to be taking results on. And for the actual rolling them down, I've just propped up this spare piece of wood on a little brick here. Nice and easy. And I'll be putting a little piece of tape so that I know where to put the wheels. It'll go a little something like this, where my front wheels back up to here, and I'll just let go, and they will roll as far as they want. I'll go ahead and I'll give this little section a sweep, because there are some bits of debris along it that could slow the board down, giving us an inaccurate result. So, with that all said, let's get right into it. I'm going to get right to work putting the first bearings on, and I will give you an update after that, and we'll do the first rolling test. Should be, fingers crossed, pretty good. I don't see any sparks in it. So I'll be starting out with the Sanction ABEX 7s. Alright, so we've got all the wheels off the board now. We've got all the bearings out of the wheels, and here they are. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Sanction bits in, and we'll see how they skate. These Sanctions are priced at $25 from my local city beach. To be honest, I definitely could find them a lot cheaper. But just for this experiment, I wanted to just do the ones that were sold at my local city beach, and to be honest, that's where I get my skateboard bearings anyway, because it's just easy. And normally I'll just go with these Sanction ABEX 7s, so I'm a little bit familiar with them. But to be honest, I haven't skated the other ones that I'm going to be testing today, so I don't actually know how it's going to perform compared to them. And look, they're good. I still skate wheels that have these in them, like some cruisers, and some longboard wheels, whatever. And they hold up really well. Like, I've been skating them for easy a couple of years. Like my cruisers, I make them last quite a long time. I don't know how that compares to other people, but yeah, I always get a good time out of my cruiser boards. And so the wheels on bearings, I like them to be good, so I have to do minimum maintenance on them. But yeah, alright. Anyone who doesn't know how to put on a bearing, this could be a lesson. You just take the wheel off. You put these little bearings right in there onto the pole, just like that. I'll just turn on the camera, just like that. And then what you do, you take the wheel. I normally go with the side that I'm going to be having facing out first. Put it on there, and I just kind of press onto it. It's a bit hard doing it on my lap instead of on the ground, because on the ground you have some sort of like leverage, I guess you could say. That's not really the right word, but it works. But anyways, yeah, so we've got that bearing on now. That's already one. We're going to take our second bearing, put it on there. And the reason I do the outside one first is just so that I can easily just put it on. That one actually went on alright. And then straight after it's on, just leave it on there and go straight to putting the bolt on. Not the nut. It's, not the bolt. Damn, that makes me feel stupid. Then when I'm tightening them, I never tighten my wheels to be, I always make sure they have some wiggle room. So See, that, I cannot move that at all. It's barely moving and rolling. So that is not good. Like, that's not a good tightness. You don't want that. If you loosen it a bit, you'll find it has a tad bit of wiggle room. It'll still roll all right. These, oh man, I love fresh bearings. These are, it'll work. It'll get you where you want to go. But just do like maybe, yeah, I don't know how well the camera can convey it, but like, you can hear it a little bit if you do it. Like, that's what it should kind of sound like. Not too rattly. You don't really want it to be visibly moving a whole lot. It's more the sound that you can hear. That's how I kind of tell. Honestly, I don't think I'm making a lot of sense, but if I am, then cool. But yeah, so then that's on there. That's how I normally skate my bearings. Allows it to spin for a while. That was a very small push, so that actually was pretty good. And just gives it a nice sound, honestly. Like when you're rolling along, oh, it makes a nice sound, eh? Anyways, we're gonna do that for all three other wheels. So I'm gonna make sure the wheels are straight first, and the trucks are straight. And how I do that is put the skateboard right in, just let it go, and see if it turns. See, it does have a slight turn to it. So I'm gonna kind of jump on this side of the skateboard a bit, and if you do that again, have a slight turn the other way. Now just try and do that. Oh, cool. That is straight. So let's see, where is a good point? That should be an alright angle. Now I'm going to take the board. I'm going to do the front at the front for obvious reasons, and now I'm going to take the back wheels. I'm going to line them up right at the center of the tape, and I think that's good. I'm going to get off the littlest, just let go of it, and see how far it rolls. That was not bad. Okay. I'm actually pretty happy with that, eh? It did turn a little bit, I've noticed, but I'll be measuring to the back trucks, the center of the back trucks. That has gone 2,830 millimeters. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Just gonna let go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that was the Sanction ABEX 7s. In my table of results, I have got, it's not too clear on here, a bit of a fisheye happening, but that's all good. So we've got the Sanction ABEX 7s, cost 25 bucks, and now we've got 3 attempts all in a line. The first one was 2,830, the second one was 2,785, and the third one was 2,755. I noticed with that experiment that with each attempt it lost a little bit of distance. Now, I kind of had a feeling something like that would happen, but I didn't expect it to be to that that great of a number. For the final distances, I'll be going with the average number. So it'll probably be about somewhere around 2,790 millimeters. Anyways though, now repeat that whole process all over again. So, yeah, lucky me. That was the ABEX 7 sanctions. Now I will be moving on to the Bones Reds. Sorry, I'm just trying to stack these half decently. Alright, now we'll be moving on to the Bones Reds. I've been really excited to try these ones because I've heard a lot of good things and a lot of... They seem pretty controversial, like you either love them or you hate them. But yeah, I'm being really excited to try these ones because I hear they're very good everywhere, but then I've had a couple mates who've tried them out and they haven't been very pleased with them. These are priced at, it'd probably be on the plastic actually, $35. Okay. Decent for a bearing. Well, okay, decent bit of packaging. Ooh. Oh, heck yeah, we got stickers. Hell yeah. That's sick. There you get that little shot. Alright, we've got whatever this is. Pretty much just telling you kind of how to keep good bearings, like maintenance. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that. I might actually keep that just in case because I am not perfect. I definitely not perfect. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm always trying to improve. So maybe give that a bit of a read later if I can be bothered to. Where am I looking? Over here. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the same process. Oh no. I did the okay, hold on. Okay, so something I've noticed with these, I didn't even look before. These ones are pretty interesting. They've got, see, let me explain myself. With the sanction bearings, you can put them in either way. They'll look the exact same, they'll perform the exact same. But with the Bones Reds, they have the cover, like the side that you probably want everyone to be seeing, and then they have this other side, which, I mean, it's definitely not, it's just a cover really, like it's not gonna affect performance in any way. Alright, that is the Bones Reds. Look pretty good with the Formula 4s, I will say. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, okay. They're better than the sanctions. 3,215 millimeters. 3, 2, 1. 3,155. 3, 2, 1. 3,090. So the sanctions are up top, the Bones Reds are on the bottom, and those are the results so far. Because you've already seen the whole process of it all, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start skipping the process and just showing you guys the experiments and whatever actually seems half entertaining to use. Alright, so we're now moving on to the Modus bearings. Here is the packaging. Seem to have actually I think this is the exact same packaging as Bones Reds, except isn't that a nice surprise? These ones came with washers. Oh, not washers, spacers, which is nice. So that's actually really nice. I do like that. Alright, so I've got all the wheels on. These are the 5 Modus speed bearings. And I actually realized after I'd put the bearings on, I was looking back in the packaging and I opened it upside down. You might have noticed before, but that's completely upside down. So I didn't see all these little other things inside the packaging. I've got 2 little stickers. I've got some Modus Modus Braking, I don't really follow Modus, I don't know their logo or anything, but Modus Braking worldwide, roll true since MM3. And then you've got another one which has a little QR code on the back. It looks like maybe, yeah, that's Instagram. Modus Speed Bearings, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we've got the results for the Modus bearings, which they're actually kind of interesting because they go up instead of down. Like, so for the first try of the reds, they started high, and then by the third try they had gone down 200 millimeters. However, for the Modus bearings, they've gone up, which I find interesting. I could not tell you why, but just is how it is. So I've gone ahead and I've removed the wheels already off camera. That way I'm not boring you too much. And now we're going to do a little opening of the Bronson bearings, which were definitely the most expensive of all the bearings, at $60. These are ceramics, so to be honest, I'm not that surprised they're more expensive. Just off packaging, it's very different to just the regular boxes that we've had so far. We've got a little metal container on the backs. It has a lot of information. I'm going to read that out now. So, deep groove raceways, max impact cage design, balls out technology, straight edge frictionless shields, micro groove raceway surfaces, and high speed ceramic oil. Oh, and fresh, factory fresh quality, which I would hope for $60. Alright, so the top just slides off, like it doesn't come off like that, it just slides off like that with a little bit of resistance too, just I guess from the stuff inside. Oh whoa, okay. Well, they did have a sticker in here, but from the opening it kind of wrecked it a little bit. Look at that. I don't know how that'll go, but oh well, it's a cool sticker nonetheless. Bronson Speed Co. Gonna put that with all the others. It looks like we've got, of course, the 8 bearings. Just kind of pop them out like that, as well as some spacers. Nice. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna put those down over there. So we've got this little thing on the front that came out like that. This is wrapped in a stack, and that was on the front. It reads. Alright, so I'm actually kind of annoyed because my GoPro has just randomly stopped filming for quite a while and I didn't realize. So all you really missed was I was putting the first 2 wheels on, and I was really just talking about like actually putting the wheels on. I just watched the footage back to see where it cut off, and it cut off right before I read this, so it's really out of context, because it says balls out technology, which is a skate term, I imagine. Pretty much under that it says install bearing with black striped shield facing outside of the wheel, and what that means is each bearing has one side that is orange and one side that is got a bit black stripe, and as this says, the black stripe side goes on the outside of the wheel, so it's not that hard to wrap your head around. So that was definitely a bit of a surprise. I was not nearly expecting those kind of results. The ceramics were a lot worse, which is interesting. So the ceramics being the most expensive, these are the results. These are the 4 bearings. You've got the Sanction, Bones, Modus, and then the Bronsons. and then they are the results of each one. And as you can see, the Bronsons, they did a lot worse than everyone else. Their furthest distance is even smaller than some of the smallest distances we had. For the next month, each week, I will change my bearings and give them a skate. And I'll tell you how they feel, how they run. I'll give you updates in short forms and just overall, like, because there's got to be something to this, like, right? They feel really nice. I'm skating them now. They feel so smooth, so nice. I'm not slowing down at all when I'm on the board, which I find crazy. So that concludes the prac part of my science experiment. I will copy and paste all this data onto a public document for anyone who wants to build off of my experiment. But yeah, for the most part, this is it. It's been an interesting time. I've had a lot of fun. Yeah.